Well, let's not talk about the big fish in the room.
There you go.
It's not here.
Well, good morning.
It just speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Obviously, we have Dave White here, and there's always something freakish when Dave White comes in. But you do, I mean, this is what we want to talk about, right?
Yeah, it's one of the things. Actually, we're talking about there's some new publications we have out as anglers, boaters, and others are getting ready to go out. Some new things to be thinking about, and obviously we have here a model of an Asian carp. It's one of the most recent and highly discussed invasive species when it comes to an aquatic invasive species coming into the system. It's currently not in the Great Lakes. It's in the Mississippi drainage basin. And what a lot of folks don't realize is the two drainage basins are connected in Chicago through the Chicago Sanitary Canal. So there's concern that the carp could get into the Great Lakes and then obviously here in Lake Ontario. So it's an opportunity. There's a new fact sheet we put out to talk about Asian carp so folks are aware of it, because not being here right now, a lot of folks in this part of the world need to be engaged in helping make sure it doesn't get into the system.
So there's a lot of talk.
Trying to be proactive. This is the one that people go online, Google Asian carp, and you'll see all of the, this is the one that jumps into your boat, knocks you out, knocks people off.
All the videos.
Oh yeah, I mean they're great as long as you're not in them.
Right.
And it also has a major impact on the ecosystem as well. So we've decided to name this one in honor of Jeff, our coal carp. So, you know, we now have a name, so I've got to get a little nameplate to put on it.
So he's still here, even though he's not
Look at that. In memory, we have that there. And there's also other things out there. There's another invasive species we now have in New York that was very concerning to many people. It's down in Ithaca at the south end of Cougar Lake, and that's the Hydrilla, which is a plant. It's a very invasive plant. It's a plant that all you need is a small piece of it on your boat or your trailer or anything else, and it can travel from one place to another. It forms dense mats, really impacts the environment, outgrows our native plant species. So there's a lot of concern about it now getting throughout the Finger Lakes, into the canal, into the Great Lakes, up into this part of the world. So you're going to hear a lot of people talking about Hydrilla.
What does somebody do if they see something like that? They report that
the best thing to do is report it to DEC. If they see something, again, there's a new fact sheet out, a new brochure that's out for folks to, to be able to identify it. And again, some people will say, well, so we know it's going to be here. It is probably coming to a body of water near you, but if we know it's in an area, you can then begin to take action to control it. Where is it? How can we prevent it from spreading throughout a body of water? Are they going to have to do chemical treatment, which they've done down in the Ithaca area? Are you going to do manual removal of it? So you begin to talk about how can you then control it for the activities that we're going to have in the area. And it's another invasive that's come in. I mean, now the global society, we talk about almost the invasive du jour, since the zebra mussel. But it's always just raising awareness about it, how we can help prevent them, how we can then control it so that it has a minimal impact on our environment and the activities that we have.
Well, when you see the video of these fish jumping in the boats, I never realized they were this large.
Yeah, and actually this is, and they will get larger than this, and that's the thing. I've seen, the video of them jumping in the boat where you're going to have 30 of them in your boat.
Right.
And, they do injure people, and one of the most recent videos I saw is somebody was knocked off an inner tube being pulled behind a boat, because, well, they're jumping all the time.
Well, we have a website that people can get more information that's up there, and thank you very much for coming in and telling us all about it.
That's right, that's great. And so we ought to have the coal carp. That's the new one. We'll have to remind you. We get a plaque.
We'll
have a
be right
great
back.
one. Thanks.